call this meeting to order, the Board of Trustees. We're going to convene in a quorum. And I call to order the meeting of the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in regular session on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023 in the boardroom of the Administration Building, 1515 Cherrybrook Lane, Pasadena, Texas at 5:30 p.m. Board members present: Mrs. Nelda Sullivan, Mr. Casey Phelan, Mr. Kenny Fernandez, Ms. Crystal Davila, Ms. Paula Fusilier, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, and myself, Vicki Morgan. No board members are absent. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Invocation tonight will be given by Ms. Sullivan and the pledges by Mr. Kendrick. Will you please stand?
Please bow your head. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for the many blessings that You bestow upon us each day. We ask a special blessing on our school district. May we continue to meet the mission and the needs of our family and our community, and most of all our students. And we ask a special blessing on those that provide the instruction for our students. We ask, dear God, that You would be with our country in this time of turmoil. Make us all aware of the things that need to be done to turn things around in a positive manner. We ask that You would lead and guide and direct us as we conduct the business of the district. Keep us ever in the center of Thy will, and forgive us where we fail Thee. These things we ask in Thy name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. I'm going to pledge allegiance to it too.
What?
I was pledging allegiance to it too.
The board is going to adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints of charges against a public officer or employee, unless the individual who's the subject to the deliberation or hearing requests a public hearing concerning matters related to the superintendent's recommendation to hire administrative personnel and/or the superintendent's recommendations related to renewals, non-renewals, and terminations of contract for professional personnel. 551.071 and 551.074 for the purpose of considering the evaluation of the superintendent and any amendments to the superintendent's contract and related actions. 551.071 to consult with district's attorneys concerning matters on which the attorney's duty to the district under the Code of Professional Responsibility clearly conflicts with the Texas Open Meetings Act, to seek the advice of its attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer, and or to consider legal advice regarding items specifically listed on the agenda. 551.072 for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.076 for the purpose of discussing security devices or security audits, or to deliberate the deployment or specific occasions for implementation of security personnel or devices or security audit. We'll reconvene in open session by 7:00 p.m. The board is yes. The board is reconvening from closed session, and we welcome each of you here to the meeting tonight.
Eric, can you check her mic? See what's going on? Really close. Sorry about that.
Want to make sure you can hear me.
Going in. Okay, here we go.
Can you hear me a little better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, first on the agenda is special recognitions.
All right, well, board members and friends that are here tonight, we've got a lot of special recognition, so let's get started. We're going to honor 8 of our high school students and their teachers for competing with students across the entire state to become a member of the extremely prestigious 22-23 Texas Music Educators Association TMEA, All-State Orchestra and All-State Choir. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Linda Fletcher, Director of Fine Arts, and she will start presenting these superstars.
I want to thank our superintendent, our president, Morgan, and school board members for this opportunity to recognize these wonderful students, their families, directors, and administrators tonight. Our music educators, they constantly go above and beyond their required duties to make sure students are successful. These recognitions tonight are a direct reflection of their commitment. It is evident that our community, our administrators, and school boards support and encourage quality music education for every student in our district. These all-state students are some of the highest achieving music students in our state. These students have persevered through all the many district, region, and area auditions. We are so proud of their accomplishment. The process began with almost 67,000 students across the state of Texas. They had the opportunity to perform now in the all-state ensembles, which only 1,795 students were selected. They had 15 performance ensembles, which is only about 2% of the students that auditioned made All-State. The students we recognize tonight have achieved the highest rank they can obtain at the high school level. I would like to present tonight the Pasadena ISD All-State students, their parents, families, and directors and principals. Carlos Alvarenga, a senior attending Dobie High School. He is a first-year member of the Texas All-State Tenor Bass Choir. He's received superior ratings at solo and ensemble contests, is a member of the JFD Singers Show Choir and the JFD Varsity Choir. He will pursue a degree, yay, in music education. You have a job when you graduate, and vocal performance at the University of Houston in the fall. Miss Ava Cosi. Ava is a sophomore from J. Frank Dobie High School, is a member of the Dobie High School Varsity Chamber Orchestra, as well as the Virtuosi of Houston, and is a private student of Lisa Chihotin at the Rice University Preparatory Music School. She is a 2-time recipient of the Black Violin Foundation Scholarship, a TMEA Region Orchestra member since 5th grade, and this past summer, Ava was one of the 25 students admitted to the esteemed Sphinx Performance Academy at the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where she performed in the Field Concert Hall. Ava plans to study violin performance at the prestigious music institution, is interested in a career as a composer and chamber musician. Santiago Alberto Fonseca IV. Santiago is a senior at Pasadena Memorial High School and is a 3-time All-Stater. He loves to sing and perform, being an active member of the Thespian Troupe 6922 and the first edition show choir. After high school, he plans on majoring in vocal performance to pursue a career in opera. Joy Menahem. Joy is a sophomore at Dobie High School, is currently a 2-year All-Stater, and first-year Alto II vocalist for Area H, who also is an active participant at Dobie's swim team. A recognized student for her academic excellence, an officer of Dobie's Student Council, and of course, an enthusiastic member of Dobie High School's fantastic varsity choir. You know who wrote this for her, right? Driven by endless passion, she plans on taking her love for music music seriously by majoring in the music field and eventually spreading her music talents elsewhere. That would be Pasadena ISD, right, Joy? Abigail Mitchell. Abby is a senior at Pasadena Memorial High School. She's the president of the Maverick Choir and the thespian president of Troop 6922. She plans to pursue her love of music and performing in college by majoring in musical theater. Jose Pina. Jose is a senior at Pasadena Memorial High School. He is a well-rounded student who enjoys being involved in everything at school, including student council, orchestra, and NHS. He is proud to be able to represent Pasadena Memorial's orchestra program and PISD at Allstate for the second year. Jose is currently auditioning for collegiate music programs to pursue a degree in music performance. Jaden Rangel. Jaden is a junior at Pasadena Memorial High School and is a proud member of the Maverick Varsity Chamber Choir, as well as the First Edition Show Choir. He strives to be a leader in all aspects of his life, especially when it comes to music. Jaden plans to pursue his passion for music by studying music production and vocal performance in college. Madeline Zinkayanis is Maddie is a senior at Pasadena Memorial High School and a proud member of the Maverick Varsity Chamber Choir and the First Edition Show Choir. She is the vice president of the Maverick Choir, holds a committee chair in the Maverick Student Council, and is a member of the National Honor Society. She plans to pursue her passion with a career in music education in Pasadena ISD, right, Maddie? I would like to ask that the following people stand and be recognized for their support of these young, wonderful musicians. Our Allstate students' family and friends, would you please stand? Allstate students' family, friends. Their directors and their administrators. And if you're standing already, please wave your hand because you deserve a break. Thank you, all of you, for what you have done to support their musical journey. We are blessed beyond measure to be a part of a district like Pasadena that incorporates music, art, drama, dance into the basic curriculum, and have found that teaching the arts has a significant effect on the overall success of our students in school. I would like to again acknowledge and recognize our eight Allstate students and their musical talents. Thank you. Please feel free, if you'd like, parents, we're going to take pictures outside, so if you'd like to join us, please join us.
All right, well, that was exciting. Now we've got another exciting announcement. We're going to bring up Stephanie Maslowski, our Dean of Students at Pasadena ISD Early College High School South Campus, who does an amazing job herself, and she's going to introduce us to one young man that we should be extremely proud of. Take it away.
Well, it is my honor and my privilege to introduce y'all tonight to Jacob White. So, Jacob is a senior at Dobie High School and part of our Early College High School program, and he has been named a 2023 National Merit Finalist. Jacob is our lone Pasadena ISD student to receive this recognition this year. As I said, he's part of the Dobie Early College High School program, where he maintains a 4.0 college GPA. He has also participated in the advanced placement program during his time in ECHS and scoring 5s on all of his AP exams.
Wow.
Even more exciting writing, in the fall, Jacob will attend the University of Chicago on a full tuition and room and board scholarship. And his plan right now is to major in creative writing and also looking at doing pre-med and becoming a cardiologist. So Jacob, please know that we're very, very proud of you for all that you've accomplished during your time at early college and at Dobie, and we know this is just the beginning for you and wish you the very best.
Now, was those cardiologists approved?
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Jacob, do you have family here with you tonight?
Let's
Y'all
have fam-
stand up and be recognized.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
That does not happen by chance.
No.
Amazing young man and amazing family.
No joke.
And amazing teachers along the
Absolutely.
way, amazing program, amazing opportunity. These people that don't understand, he will get his associate degree before he ever graduates from high school.
That's exactly right.
That's amazing.
So now at the podium, we have Robin Harold. As you know, we had some counselors that were honored earlier this year in Round Rock, and that's the right place.
Yes.
For the CREST Award winners, Pasadena ISD is extremely well represented in the CREST Awards. So take it away. Let's highlight these amazing counselors.
Yeah, so we have about 37 campuses, so we're going to have a lot of people coming through here, and we're super proud, but I want to speak about what CREST is for just a second. So CREST is not toothpaste. It does not just toothpaste, I should say. It is counselors reinforcing excellence for students in Texas. It is a continuous improvement document that school counselors complete to demonstrate their effective communication and their commitment to supporting students' success in Pasadena ISD through their comprehensive school counseling program. School counselors, through that CREST application, explain the design and the implementation of their program over the course of a school year. They do this through images, data elements, and existing artifacts, such as yearly activity calendars. These applications are not easy to complete or update on a yearly basis, but our school counselors have found CREST to be a great advocacy tool that highlights the unique work school counselors provide on our school campuses. And we want to thank, part of it, we want to thank their principal for supporting them to do that work. And we're here, they're here with us tonight. And we also like to thank the school board for supporting the work of our Pasadena ISD school counselors. So thank you so much. Okay, with no further ado, let's get them in here. All right, we're going to start with elementary, go to middle school, intermediate, and then of course end with high school. So we have Burnett Elementary. This is year 3. Karina Diaz is the counselor and Jaylee is the principal. Fisher Elementary, Royce Henley, year 3. Blanca Roman is the principal. Fraser, year 1, Araceli Rodriguez. This is her second year, though, and Wendy Weisburn is her principal. Freeman Elementary, they also got leadership status, which is a little higher level. That's Ilsa Garza as the counselor, and Michael Van Lonen is the principal. Gardens Elementary, Liliana Garza is the counselor, Linda Flores is their principal. Garfield Elementary, year 2, Elizabeth Aceves, counselor, and Jennifer Teichelman, principal. Hancock, Stacy Gomez is the counselor, and Veronica Sandoval is the principal. Maybe we wait and hold our applause so I can go a little faster, and we can yell for everybody at the end. So I said Hancock, Stacy Gomez is the counselor, Veronica Sandoval is the principal. Jensen, first year, Karina Saldana is the counselor, and Judy Diaz is her principal. Cruz Elementary, Cynthia Resendez, the counselor, and Sandra Buckner is her principal. Mathis, Julie Regalado is the counselor, and Erica Fernandez is the principal. Okay, and they're not here tonight. Metter, she got advocacy level, which is the highest. This is Tara Merida, counselor, and Jennifer Chavez, her principal. Pearl Hall, year 3, Brenda Gutierrez, counselor, and Allison Temez is her principal. Red Bluff Elementary, year 3, Melissa Nichols, counselor, and Tammy Hinton, the principal. Our assistant principal's here helping. Ritchie Elementary, year 2, Noelle Becerra, counselor, and Andrea Zapata is the principal. May Smith, year 2, Leah Minter is the counselor, and Denise Moody's her principal. Sparks, year 2, Dana Babineau, counselor, and Erica Salazar is her principal. Teague is Amy Campos, counselor. Valerie Morris is her principal. Turner Elementary, Stephanie Venegas is the counselor. Jennifer Katz is the principal. Williams, year 2, Rachel Faith, counselor. Christine Coppage, principal. And then last with elementary, Young Elementary, Monica Herrick is the counselor, and Amy McClellan is her principal. That's all our elementaries. If you are a family, friend, or faculty with them, they will be taking pictures outside if you'd like to join them. Okay, so we're ready for our middle schools now. Almost every middle school. De Zavala, this is year 2, Jana Petty, Laura Zamora are the counselors, and Melissa Garza is their supportive principal. Keller, this is, y'all, they got leadership, so a higher level. Tracy Skripka, Sherry Harris, and Dan Ebley. Kendrick, Sori Pena, Brian Axel are their counselors, and Melissa Messenger is their principal. Lomax, Tara Crum, Gloria Zavala are their counselors, and Rebecca Dietz is their principal. Morris, Lindsay Fagan, Kim Edwards are our counselors, and Allison Llewellyn is the principal. Schneider, this is year 6 for Schneider. Santana Fairley, Davida Redding, and Kristen Still is their principal. Shaw, we have Melissa Loza, Nicole Bion, and Darby Hickman is their principal. Sullivan, Jordan Lewis, Guillermo Acuna are the counselors, and Kelly Costley is the principal. That's all our middle schools. Okay, now we have our intermediates. Beverly Hills, year 1. Congratulations to them. Vanessa Schultz, Stephanie Jones, and Stacy Barber is their principal. Miller, year 3. Letitia Sanchez, Laura Escarino, and Mikey Escamilla is their principal. San Jacinto, year 2. Jessica Castile, Brenda Sines, and Diane Phelan is their principal. South Houston Intermediate, year 2. Lauren Johns, who left Valerie French, and Michelle Armenta, and Jessica Swenson is their principal. Southmore, year 2, Mandy Wells, Christy Lewis, and Derek Moody is the principal. In Thompson, year 1, Jill Butler, Prudencia Reyna, and Tanis Griffin is their principal. That's all our intermediates. And y'all know high school couldn't watch all these people win and be left out. So for our first year, we have Pasadena High School represented. There's a lot in the high school. Edward Rico is the lead, Mary Ames, Lauren Bow, Danielle Riel, Pilar Retta, Charlotte Hebert, Jennifer Owens are all counselors there. Romaldo Rivera is their College Now coordinator, and Laura Gomez is their proud principal. And we all love their sweaters. Okay, another first year is Pasadena Memorial High School, led by their lead counselor, Erica Carroll. Dolly Markle, Arlene Hernandez, Marissa Garcia, Lakitha Curvin, Hortensia Melchor, Maricela Escamilla, Laura Milam, and Tara Evans is their College Now coordinator, and Michael Adams is their proud principal. And last but not least, Sam Rayburn High School Year 2, Tamara Heyman is their lead counselor, Aaron Amaro, Karen Villavicencio, Stacy Cooper, Josh Castro, Nancy Silvestra, Celia Hernandez, Naomi San Miguel, Sarah Carnes is their College Now coordinator, and Vanessa Reyes is their proud principal. That's all the high schools. We're done. Thank y'all. Thank you again for taking time to honor them. It's an honor to us to be here. Thank you.
Let's get Rayburn's picture real quick. Yep. We have counselors that are extremely going above and beyond to meet the needs of our students. So we'll take all the time we need. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about our business purchasing office. And for the sake of time, if you don't mind, Mr. Poppy, I'm going to combine these and let y'all just come up all at once, if that's okay. So this is the 7th consecutive year, that's right, 7th consecutive year for our purchasing department to be awarded the TASBO Award of Merit for Purchasing Operations. So TASBO is the Texas Association of School Business Officials, and they created this award in 2009 to recognize school districts, open enrollment charter schools, and education service centers that are committed to following professional standards in the acquisition of goods and services. So Texas school districts face ever-increasing pressures to use funds efficiently, and we're proud of the work that our purchasing department does every single day to streamline their operations, comply with regulations, and set the standard for how to utilize taxpayer dollars. TASBO's Award of Merit for Purchasing Operations was presented to Pasadena ISD during the annual TASBO conference, which was in February 15th to be exact, and the award was given to only 71 school districts out of the over 1,000 school districts in Texas. So that's pretty darn impressive. Don't come yet. There's more, so hold on. So we're going to recognize the entire purchasing department in just a second for all their hard work, but also at the same time we're going to tell you about another award they've already gotten this year, and it's their 3rd consecutive year to get the TASBO Award of Excellence in Financial Management for Business Office Operations. So TASBO created this award in 2020, and we've already won it every single year, to recognize school districts, charter schools, and education service centers that have implemented professional standards, best practices, and innovations in financial reporting. So the criteria to qualify for this award is very stringent. It's based on financial accounting and reporting guidelines from TEA and the FASRG, which is the Financial Accountability System Resource Guide. Applicants must submit documents in 11 key areas which are reviewed. And then, of course, they reviewed ours and decided Pasadena ISD was extremely deserving of this award, which they presented again on February 15th. So we want to recognize the entire purchasing department, the entire business services staff for all the amazing work they do, and represent these awards that represent Pasadena ISD so well. Come on down. Good job. I know. Quick picture. I don't know what happened to our photographer, but we're going to find one. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's hear it for our business office and purchasing department. All right, and last but not least, I know we're very busy, but it's a busy time of year and lots of great things that are happening here in Pasadena ISD. So I want to bring up Gabriel Flores, our Fine Arts Instructional Specialist, who's got some exciting announcements.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Dr. Powell. Pasadena ISD visual and theater arts students have excelled in a number of contests, both local and regional, this school year, and the following are just a small sampling of awards received by our students. The following high school students participated in Austin Rodeo's Youth Art Contest and were part of the live art auction this past weekend. Estefania Longoria, Grand Champion from Sam Rayburn High School, who earned a $10,000 cash scholarship, and Danielle De Leon, Reserve Champion from Dobie High School, earning an $11,000 cash scholarship. An additional 15 high school students participated in the silent art auction, selling their artwork for a combined $11,250. There we go.
You gonna let us see them?
Danny, oh, yeah. They want to send around.
Oh, that's amazing.
Pasadena Memorial Maverick Theater students competed at the Texas Thespian Competition in the categories of duet acting and group acting. These students earned a superior rating, which qualifies them to compete at the National Thespian Festival held in Bloomington, Illinois in the third week of June. As I call your name, please come forward to collect your certificate. Abigail Harrow from Stage Management. For the second time this evening, Santiago Fonseca in Solo Musical Theater. As well as Abigail Mitchell, Solo Musical Theater. Ian Cetino in category Monologue. Gia Lilly, Monologue. Nashayli De La Garza in Duet Acting. And Shaylin Gonzalez in Duet Acting.
That's my microphone.
If you are a parent or teacher of any of these talented students that I called up here today, will you please stand and be recognized for your support? Thank you, everyone.
Is that it, Ms. Lopez? We're not doing, okay. All right, well, that was a bucket filler for sure. We had a lot of great things there to share. So board members, that is all for special recognition this evening.
So many of you probably were here to see your students or your children recognized, and we thank you for being here. We congratulate you on the great job you're doing. But if you're welcome to stay for the rest of the board meeting, or now would be a perfect time to leave if you so choose. So now we're going to move to public comments according to policy BED local related to items on the open session portion of the agenda. Mr. Christopher Rivera with the Texas Civil Rights Project is going to speak to us on bid items A and B, 6.4 and 8.2 extended year programs for summer 2023. This portion of public comment is limited to speakers who are addressing items listed on the open session portion of the agenda. We ask that all speakers refrain from using profane or vulgar language. Complaints about an individual and/or employees should seek resolution through the district's grievance process outlined in the applicable Pasadena ISD Board Policy, DGBA, FNG, or GF, and found on our website. In accordance with PISD policy, speakers must respect the privacy rights of others and refrain from naming individuals and/or students during the public comment portion of the agenda. Titles may be used instead. This admonition goes for positive and negative remarks. Each speaker will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes, and Mr. Phelan will keep time and will indicate when 1 minute is left and when the time has expired. So, Mr. Rivera, will you approach? Yes. Will you please come to the mic?
Thank you. Again, my name is Christopher Rivera, and I work with the Texas Civil Rights Project. I have 2 family members who are in elementary and high school, and I'm here to speak on items 6 and 8. I want to show support for RFP number 23R-28LL for kitchen equipment, repair parts, and service-related items. It would give over $300,000 to these items, as well as RFP number 23R-29LL, which would give over $180,000 to sheet music, which we saw the wonderful music was being conducted. And this is the kind of spending that will actually keep students safe and engaged with their school. Unfortunately, I noticed on page 5 in February, the district decided to spend over $150,000 on PISD police uniforms and equipment. This money should be used to fund music, not police. And unfortunately, teachers have to buy their own materials, but police get kickbacks from our taxes. I'd like to support item number 8 as well. Consideration and approval for PISD to extend year programs for summer 2023. These are great programs for students who are interested and at risk. It provides robotic camps, advanced mathematics, ESOL Academy, which gives classes to students who are learning English as their second language, as well as high school credit recovery courses, which offer courses necessary for students who are struggling to graduate. While these are great programs, some come at a cost to parents and students when they are facing high inflation and parents just don't have the means to afford them. We should make these programs free to all students and use the money from PISD Police to pay for this tuition. As I mentioned earlier, PISD spent over $150,000 on police uniforms. They can easily assign this money to these programs. Summer programs that keep kids safe, out of the streets, and challenge their minds. I learned that some schools only receive 4 vouchers per parent who can't afford to pay. If we move money from the police uniforms into summer programs, we can waive these tuition fees and allow all students to attend for free to enrich their lives, their education, their safety. So let's move away from criminalizing students and invest in their minds, their health, as well as investing in counselors, not cops. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Rivera. At this time, we're going to move to the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Now we'll move to the personnel section, and I'm going to ask our personnel chairman, Mr. Casey Phelan, if he will make this recommendation.
Madam President, I move that we approve agenda item A through G.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Phelan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez to approve addenda items A through G. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Phelan, will you please
Yes, ma'am.
introduce these?
Miss Ashley Ingram, are you here? Hello, Ashley. Ashley has been approved for the educational diagnostician position. Family and friends here, anybody?
Oh,
Congratulations. Next, she's not here. Her name is Nakia Jakay, and she has also been approved for the educational diagnostician position. Yeah.
and when you see her, make sure you congratulate her and welcome her into her new position.
Miss Nicole McKistry, are you here? Where are you at? There she is. Hello, Nicole. Miss Nicole is also being approved for educational diagnostician position. Family, friends, introduction?
Yes, my two sons, Luca and Remy, and my husband, Joel.
Congratulations. Miss Relaine Pitts. Where's Relaine? There she is. Hello. Also approved for an educational diagnostician. Do you have family and friends here?
Yes, my husband, Mark.
Congratulations. Miss Jabria Stevens. Yeah, Jabria, there you are. She's being approved for a licensed specialist school psychology. Congratulations. Family? No, you don't get away that easy. Family? Fantastic. Congratulations. Mr. Terry Garza. There you are. Mr. Garza is being approved for the assistant principal position at Pasadena Memorial High School.
We got
Family,
a cheering section.
family and friends.
Thank the board for this opportunity. All my Maverick family, Mr. Adams, my wife Melissa Garza, my mother Helen McClure, my daughter Elena Garza, my brother David Garza,
I said cheering section.
and my high school coach, mentor Mike Morgan, former.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Coach Morgan, it's great to see you. That was my
Yes.
Superman growing up. That right there. Glad you're here.
Miss Emily Ontiveros. Miss Emily is our new Director of Community Relations for the 2022-2023 school year. Congratulations. And I know you have family and friends here, so go ahead.
So if I can take a minute, because I
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
family and friends here. First, I want to thank the board for this opportunity. I'm deeply humbled and grateful to be able to be in this new position. I also want to thank the Board of Directors for the Education Foundation. I'm excited to work with you and continue the success of the children in the community in Pasadena. My beautiful family is here today. My husband right here with the camera. I know he's one of my biggest fans. Thank you. My beautiful daughters, Bella, Lily, Lila, and Olivia.
okay, girls, stand up so we can see you.
Stand up, girls.
Beautiful. I know.
My gorgeous mother is here, who also retired from Pasadena. She's here. My stepdad as well. We have our friends, the Hernandezes. Also my family, the Ontiveros family that came out today. I'm so grateful for them for each being here as well. Also, we have two angels with us today. My father, who is here in spirit, and my father-in-law. I know they're here today, shining and smiling that we're here. I want 10 more seconds. to thank my kindred family that's back there. They've been so wonderful to me. I know that this means so much for me for y'all to be here today. Also, my Roberts family is here, and all of my friends as well that I've worked with, and different co-workers as well. My mentor and friend, Jordan Thomas, thank you so much for everything you've done for me and always believing in me as well. I also want to thank my dear friend Tony Lopez, Anita Harrell, Dr. Stallings, and Dr. Jordan McCarty. I'm looking forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
We're excited about having you in your new position. We know you're going to do a great job, and I know probably several members of the Education Foundation are here because they were very curious. And so if you're from the Education Foundation, and be sure, stand up and let us recognize you. And we say congratulations, and we're excited for everyone in concern. There were a lot of families and friends here to recognize these that have just been named. So if you so choose at this point in time, if you would like to leave, you're certainly welcome to do so. If you'd like to stay, we'd be happy to have you. But congratulations to everyone.
All girls. No wonder you're tired. And broke. Yeah.
It gets worse.
Yeah, it does get worse. Yes, they are.
No.
You're all
Okay, let's move on. Next on the agenda is consideration and possible approval of the Communications Department reorganization for a cost savings of approximately $4,000.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question when it comes to this one. So it seems like we are combining two positions into one. How is the savings $4,000?
So I don't know if Art's here or Troy, if you want to speak to this, but as you'll know, we've had in the past a lot of needs in our print shop, and because of technology changing, there has been some lesser needs in that area. So do you want to speak to how we're utilizing the new staff and then
Absolutely.
the savings, how that works out?
Correct. I mean, if you notice from the board agenda item, there were 2 equipment operator positions, okay? And so those individuals retired. And looking at the new way of copying using the printers and the technology, we are not needing those positions. However, we are needing them on the other side with more digital graphics, that sort of thing. So basically what we're doing is we are utilizing those 2 positions, those salaries, okay, compared to the new individual, which is only 1 salary, will be a savings to the district.
But it'll be a higher paid, the one position.
The one position is a higher paid, yes.
Because we need more, as the world changes, we need more in the telling our story.
That's it.
The social media, the opportunities to get our story out. So they'd be more like our communication specialists that you see in Art Del Barrio's department.
That's correct.
That are currently on staff. So it's to make it consistent with those paid.
Thank you. Any other questions or discussion? I think you did a good job of explaining.
Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Certified personnel and support personnel are in your board book and they're for information only. So we're going to move to the educational section and we're going to talk about portrait of a graduate. We're going to do a spotlight on that. And Tracy Powell, if you'd come to the mic. We're anxious to see and hear.
Well, good evening, Board and Dr. Powell. I am really excited to be able to share and be the person nominated to share with you the work we're doing around Portrait of a Graduate. So let me get this going here. All right. right. So tonight, we're just going to reconnect with our why and share the purpose of our portrait. And then I'm going to end by sharing some of the exciting things happening with our portrait around the district. So I want to start here because everything we do in Pasadena ISD is grounded in our mission and vision. And particularly our Portrait of a Graduate aligns beautifully and connects to this work, specifically around empowering students to becoming accomplished, self-directed, collaborative, lifelong learners. And so I want to share a little bit about the why from our portrait, the goal, and our path for achieving it. And so our portrait really clarifies a vision for the future student that we hope to mold and develop. It aligns to many of our other outcomes from our strategic plan, specifically the work around the whole student and whole child. And then our portrait includes a path for our teachers and our students to be able to achieve these goals and these skills, and also a target that really clarifies where we want our students to be by the end of the year, or by the time that they graduate. Not the end of the year. So I want to share a few of the tools that we have for our students and our teachers, and I believe you have a handout in your folder. And so the first page in your handout is our one-pager, and the one-pager encompasses our graphic from our portrait along with the attributes, and it's all on one page, so I'll give you a second to look at that. And then if you go to the second page, you'll see the I can statements, which are they're statements written in student-friendly language, and it really helps our students to understand what they're trying to achieve. And those I can statements can, be tweaked for grade level and comprehension and understanding. And then finally, the last page in your handout is our progressions, which are the teacher-facing document or the teacher support for really understanding how they can support students to achieving the highest level of those skills by the time that they graduate. And so why our Portrait of a Graduate? Well, it provides us with a broader definition of student success outside of just academics. Skills like being an engaged collaborator, an effective communicator, a global citizen, an innovative thinker. And that is just supporting our students with those transferable lifelong skills that serves them after they graduate in college, career, military, or whatever path that they choose. And again, it's woven into our Whole Child Initiative. I know Karen McCarley shared with you all last month about that work, and we were working closely together in collaboration to support our students in this endeavor. So the goal of the portrait, of course, is to use these attributes to achieve success when they graduate from Pasadena ISD. And we are committed to just being intentional and keeping the portrait in the forefront of the work that we do throughout the district so that we're supporting them and in achieving this goal specifically. So I want to end with some of the highlights. Well, this is the path for getting there. This is the work that we've been doing around the portrait. So we've been engaging in professional development around the purpose and the attributes of the portrait with our instructional leaders all year long. In our curriculum and instruction meetings, so in our district meetings, we've been talking about the portrait and how we can embed it in the work we're doing inside curriculum and instruction. We've shared the portrait in our district-wide professional development this year with teachers, and just as a means to develop connections between the curriculum and the instructional practices that we want our students to leave us with when they graduate. So we're continuing to explore additional opportunities and activities related to the portrait, and we're really excited about the future and where we're going with this work. So some of the highlights, some of the things that we're really proud of this year is our campuses are using the portrait at parent meetings to highlight the work we're doing outside of the traditional academics and supporting parents and how they might continue this work at home with their students or their kids. Our campuses are honoring students via Student of the Month for exhibiting Portrait of a Graduate behaviors. And at their most recent parent conference, POG was highlighted in each of the sessions and shared with parents to help them get a better understanding of the work that we're doing and supporting them and continuing that work at home.
And then finally, campuses are shouting out teachers and even students who are engaging in this work. You see it all over social media. Here are a couple examples on the screen. You saw one earlier from San Jac Intermediate, but Parkview, Malillo, and Fred Roberts here, we've spotlighted the engaged collaborator this year. So in all of these pictures, you can see students engaging in collaboration and learning how to work together and just to get to be better together. So we're excited about that. And then I want to spotlight Pasadena High School here. So they have what they call Eagle Plus School for Parents, and they've launched a series of videos, and the students are taking the lead with this work and sharing with the parents how, what the portrait is and how they can use it at home, and also how it's been used in school. And so there's parent videos in English and Spanish that can be found on their social media and on their sites too. So we're really proud of this work. There's a lot of momentum. We're committed to keeping this in the forefront. This is important work for us. So we are proud of the work. We thank you for your support. And we're just looking forward to the opportunities to come moving forward. So,
soaring to new heights.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, let's move to consideration and possible approval of the Pasadena ISD. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Approval of the Pasadena ISD extended year programs for the summer of 2023.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion?
I have some questions.
Go ahead.
I noticed that some of the programs have cost and then some are free of charge, so thank you. Tell me.
Absolutely. So I know you noticed that some had costs and some were free, but I do hope that you also noticed on the fee structure that we did indicate at the bottom that we will not allow a financial barrier for any of our students. So if we do have a student who has some sort of financial circumstance, we have a long history of making sure that they can attend all the programs, and so we're very committed to that. We also want to say, thank you very much for y'all's support, because without your support, we couldn't do these great programs for kids. And I know that Becky Benner did a great presentation at the beginning of the year. I think it was in August, and she shared with you guys that, back in 2022, that our summer programs reached out to over 15,000 students. Yep. And so that's almost a third of our student population. And so we are hitting a lot of kids, and we do make it to where students, no matter what their financial circumstances are, that they can participate in our programs.
So I guess I said free, but it really means no charge, because it's obviously not free. It costs something, right?
Absolutely, it does.
So even at the charge, like, for example, GT camp, $70 tuition, obviously it would probably cost more than that to put that type of program on.
Absolutely, it would.
What would you say that looks like per student?
I'm not real sure what it would look like, the actual cost per student, but we do try to compare what some of these things cost in other districts. I'll take robotics, for instance. Those robotics camps in other districts can cost anywhere from $250 to $1,000. And so we try to make the fee basically cover the materials, that the consumable materials that the students would use during that camp. And so that's where we try to land on the fee on those types of camps.
Great. Some of them also provide transportation, it looks like, and some of them do not. Could you explain the difference?
Absolutely. So the ones that do not provide transportation, I believe, is our robotics camp and our career exploration camp. Those are short 4-day camps, and so it's very difficult to provide transportation for a 4-day period. But if that is a barrier for a student, we work with counselors and with our CTE department that puts those camps on. We will make sure that is not a barrier for a student.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, and just to clarify, so when it comes to the tuition that we charge for some of these programs, is it based per student? If a student needs financial aid, then it will be given to the student, and it's not per campus, correct?
Oh, no, we do not. We don't limit per campus. We do look at student needs. And so I know the gentleman earlier had said campuses only have 4 vouchers per parent. I don't know where that came from because I've never heard of that, but I will do research on that. But we truly look at every single child, and we would never want their financial situation to be a barrier for them to either extend their learning in the summertime or remediate during the summertime. We're very committed to making sure that they have everything that they need.
Thank you.
Other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, Tony, for that explanation, and we're excited about the program year after year and what it does for our kids. Consideration and possible approval authorizing Alan Brown and Donna Summers to act as the superintendent's primary request approver designees for approving staff requests, also referred to as submitting requests to TEA, for access to one or more TEA web applications accessed through the Texas Education Agency login system, TEAL. This authorization is valid for the calendar year starting May 1st, 2023 to April 30th, 2023.
What?
2024. Okay, it says 2023 on mine.
Sorry.
2024. Okay.
So moved. Yep, second. Do we do that?
Oh, you made, motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval for Pasadena Memorial High School to travel to Bloomington, Illinois on June 18th through 24th, 2023 to attend the National Thespian Competition and Festival.
So moved.
Second.
Was that you, Mr. Phelan?
Yes, ma'am.
Motion by Mr. Phelan, seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion?
Yeah, a quick question. When it comes to the financial implication, sometimes we fund some field trips. Are these field trips funded if they reach a national competition, or?
So this is, yes, a national competition would be district funded, and they have to go through a certain advancement in order to get there. Alita, are you in here? I don't know. So this is Pasadena Memorial. So we review all of that and make sure they've met the criteria for that to be funded through district funds.
Thank you.
Other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval for the J. Frank Dobie High School speech debate qualifying team members to travel to 3 national championship events. Tournament of Champions, TOC, National Individual Event Tournament of Champions, NIE, TOC, and National Speech and Debate Association Championship, NSDA.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Phelan, seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion
So
carries.
can I just say one quick thing?
You bet.
So Coach Flores is here, and he was at Dobie when Caitlin was there and knows Caitlin, but she was a national champion at Dobie, and I got the microphone, people, so it's my daughter. So she won a national championship at the collegiate level this weekend. So thank you for everything you poured into her. And thank you, Pasadena ISD, for what y'all poured into her and the opportunities you give students. I can't thank you enough. So, sorry about that, but I just had to do it.
Caitlin's deserving. Obviously, her coach is Dobie and the great parenting. So anyway, it's a win-win situation. What we do is always for kids. So, did we vote on that one? Yes, we did. Okay, so let's move to consideration and possible approval for the Pasadena Memorial High School varsity boys basketball team to travel to San Diego, California to attend and compete in the Torrey Pines Holiday Classic Tournament from December 27th through December 30th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Any discussion?
I think it's wonderful.
I do
that
too.
Kids have been invited.
I do too. We got a bunch of talented kids. Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Check your board book out. You've already seen a bunch of talented students come through here, and always in the student achievement section, you'll see even more of our awesome kids. And we're proud of each and every one of them. Moving to the financial section, consideration and possible approval of the budget amendments for February 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of an interlocal agreement with the Equalis Group.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving to the operations section. Consideration and possible approval of the schematic design phase for the 2022 bond program, New Bailey Elementary School Replacement Project.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that was
We've got a
Mr.
presentation.
Yeah, I know, but let's go ahead and take.
Okay.
Motion by Mr. Kendrick. Did you second that, Ms. Sullivan? Seconded by Ms. Sullivan. But we do have a presentation by PBK.
Yeah, we have Ron Bailey here, who's a partner. We have Jorge Tescarino, who's a design director, Melissa Capel, senior project manager, and I'm just going to mess all these names up. Nyoho Fan, and I'll work on that, project architect. Did I get close at all? Okay.
I was excited when I saw the plans. It's beautiful.
Good, thank you. We just have a short presentation for you. Okay.
Mr. Bailey, I have one comment. I have looked at a lot of proposals, and I've never seen one as complete and as thorough as this one. It's going to be a beautiful facility.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So Jorge and I are going to present to you the schematic design this evening, just a short presentation. I also wanted to say, though, not only am I a partner with PBK Architects, but I'm also a graduate of Bailey Elementary School, Southmore Intermediate, and Sam Rayburn High School. So, yeah, thank you. So very, very proud of the history of our involvement in Pasadena. Okay, what am I doing here? Here we go.
And I really did like seeing that history in there as well in your presentation. That was really beautiful tribute to.
And I'll talk about that just shortly or briefly. But again, this is our overall schedule. We're in schematic design. I might mention schematic design is kind of the beginning of the process. And so the plan will continue to develop. The elevations will continue to develop. And we'll revisit with you again what we call design development in May 23. But just a little bit about the history. I'm always proud of talking about this. Not only Bailey Elementary, but our family. We were one of three families that settled in Pasadena in 1890. And we had a Bailey farm over on, let me see, it was 225 in Ritchie. And I don't really know how big that farm was, but I know that it shrunk over time because my great-grandfather and grandfather donated land. They donated land for our church, which was First United Methodist Church, which was located right across from Pasadena High School. They also donated land to get the district started. William B. Bailey Jr. and William B. Bailey Sr., as well as my father, were all on the board and proudly served to get Pasadena ISD started. Both my great-grandfather and the grandfather were, I mentioned, very active in that. In fact, the bottom left, they were very active in the school district, and the bottom left shows the dedication of Bailey Elementary School, and it was our family was there. My dad is holding me. That's me at 2 years old. And yeah, I know, it's kind of wild to look back and see. And of course, my mom was there, my older sister beside her, and my older brother, and then my grandmother as well. And we even have the information about the dedication and how each one of our family members, with the exception of me, participated in that event. So enough of the history. I could talk about it for hours, but I won't. Jorge, why don't you take us through the design?
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, we're so excited and no pressure, right? Trying to do a beautiful building, not only for you guys, but also, only his legacy, his family legacy. So it's just a tiny little bit of pressure for myself and the whole team, but hopefully we'll do Pasadena and him proud and the whole family.
We have no doubt.
Yeah, thank you. So just, we have a couple of slides just to show you that, like Ron had mentioned, is just schematic design. So we have gone through a couple, I don't remember, 3 or 4 meetings already with the facilities department and also with the design committee from the school. And so that's what I'm going to go through. So just quickly, this is the existing site of Bailey Elementary. You guys know where it is. The main thing to kind of highlight here is, besides doing the overall study that we did, the context, the overall residential area, we have Strawberry Park just right underneath from this picture, and even Ron's original home is just a little bit across toward the left. Actually, every time we leave the meetings, we can actually see. He's told us we can actually see the roof of his existing home. So again, no pressure. But the main thing I did wanted to highlight here is two things. The school is actually going to be operational while we actually do the construction of the new Bailey Elementary. So it's obviously a little bit complicated and difficult, but we went through a lot of studies with the facility department as well, and also with the principal. We know that there's a lot of portable buildings, but there has been already a lot of planning on how to actually remove those. So the area that you see in the red dash line is literally what we call our kind of our sandbox. That's where we have identified that we can build completely the new elementary while the existing elementary is fully in operation. And I think when we come back, right, Ron, on the DD development, the other key issue, now that we know that we can fit it and you'll see the design, the other key aspect is the security and the separation of construction while you also have classes, while you also have, drive, parents, and kids walking. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back on the DD facing for it. So you guys saw where we have the overall sandbox for the new elementary. So that's why you see here, we're even showing in red dash area the existing elementary. One of the key components was not only to not disrupt the existing building, but also the kind of newer gymnasium that it's a little bit kind of the standalone building where you kind of see that almost 103 parking spots. So we're completely going to miss all of that. So the school is going to be completely operational, minus the portables. But like I said, we're actually already planning for those. So that's where you can see where the new elementary is going to be at. The other key issues to call out in this one, so what you're looking at is potentially what is going to be the overall site plan when everything is said and done. So the other main thing in this one is how to put not only the existing elementary, but all the parking, and definitely try to see, and this is one of the things actually we work the most on the site, is to put the most amount of interior drive inside of our lot. We have seen it, we have experiences firsthand, and you guys have seen it, especially the people that live the building. The drop off and then the arrival and dismissal of kids in this school is quite intense, especially on Parkside. It actually goes all the way to Strawberry Lane. Yeah. So that was one of the key things that, with facilities, the school and us, that we were trying to not only fit it, and you remember the little sandbox, but how can we actually achieve that? So what you're looking at the bottom is the overall parent drop-off lane. So that's what we actually were doing. We put the parent drop-off lane there. You kind of see how it's actually meandering kind of over the detention and down. That actually provides more linear feet for cars. And one thing that we did, you kind of see it there, is actually double lane. So we'll be able to double stack. So roughly what we're thinking is we might be able to put in like around 70 cars inside of our lot. So hopefully that removes 70 cars away from the two streets. So, and we'll also do a traffic study just to confirm all of that. The other thing is the amount of parking. So we'll have 125 or 130 parking spots roughly, 25 on the bottom, 100 at the top where you see back there. And then we also have another entry point toward the top from, Lafferty. That's actually going to be our service and the main faculty, because in the existing Bailey, the overall faculty is actually also parking where the parents are coming, so that also creates just another kind of a hiccup in the issue. So now we're completely separating. Parents are going to be at the bottom and visitors only, and then faculty and service are going to be toward the top. So hopefully it also alleviates a lot of the traffic issues as most as we can. Then the area where the school is right now is going to turn into a playground. We have the detention that we also have to be providing for, and then future playgrounds as well. And then, so quickly, just kind of show you where the floor plan is. It will be 2 levels, especially on the academic side. That's the 3 pods that you see toward the left. So you see the big red arrow kind of toward the bottom right. That's where going to be our main entrance. We were going to be greeted by the main library that is actually going to be facing Parkside toward the front, and then on the left, the area in red that you see will be the main administration with a secure entry vestibule. Toward the top where you see the yellow and the orange, that's going to be a combined cafeteria and gymnasium that's going to open, because we do have the stage in the gymnasium side, so when there's going to be a big event, you can open the operable partition and you can actually house a lot of people in it. And then the rest of the building, if you see the area in green in the middle, that's going to be an interior courtyard based on those beautiful designs of your latest elementaries, Red Bluff and Pomeroy. And then, like I was mentioning, on the left, we'll have the 3 pods. That's also one of the main things that we were kind of trying to achieve, is have each grade have an interior pod. So there's going to be 6 classrooms per pod. We'll have pre-K at the top, kinder to the side, and then first grade on the bottom. And then right in the middle, we'll have a special ed. And on the second level, same configuration, almost identical to the bottom level. So we'll have a second on the top, third on the left, and then 4th grade on the bottom. In the middle, have some additional support spaces. One other thing to highlight, that's why I didn't want to stop so much on the floor plan. This is what we call isometric. So it's almost like if you take the roof or if you take the floor, what you're looking here is one of the pods. You're looking at it from different angles. Where you see the red, if you see it on the left, it's coming from the top. Where you see it from the right, it's coming kind of from the right side. It's the same kind of pod configuration as the typical grade pod configuration. One of the main things to try to achieve was to have the flexible space right in the middle. Where we have the red arrow, we're actually going to also have doors. So that adds another layer of security. So in case of an unfortunate event, each of the pods are going to actually be able to be closed down. And what we call it, they're going to turn into lifeboats. There's also, probably within that space, there's going to be also kind of more kind of guarded spaces as well. And then right in the middle, that's where we're going to have the flexible area. And then right now we're still in the middle of designing it, but we're trying to put kind of an additional element so that actually activates kind of the learning academic day throughout. So hopefully with this, it becomes very flexible and open, but it also has the other layer of security for each of the grades. And then lastly, this is the beginning of schematics. So we already have some ideas. We actually did some work again with facilities and the design committee of, kind of what we wanted to see here, plus also not forgetting that we have the park in front of us and then the residential context. So this is more or less what the beginning of the design for the new elementary is going to look. If you guys remember toward the right, we actually have a road, so that's actually going to open quite nicely. And if you remember the site plan, the school is actually pushed forward into kind of the right side, so that's actually going to be greeted. So people driving from Parkside, that's where they're going to be able to see a clear and defined entry. And then the area that you see where it says Bailey Elementary, that's double high with a lot of glass, that's actually going to be the library. Yeah. The far left are the 2 classrooms, so you can see the double story, the 2 levels for the classrooms on the top and the bottom.
So the glass is going to be, you can see the kids inside the library from outside?
A little bit, but we also, if you notice on the bottom, is going to be raised as well. Yes, sir. So you see it on the bottom. There's a little lip, so the glass doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. If we need to, for security reasons, we can actually kind of minimize it. And there's a lot of glass coming from the top to allow for a lot of daylight.
Well, I just think of the safety of looking straight in and seeing kids.
Yeah. And we haven't gotten to that level of discussion yet. You can get reflective glass. You can do all kinds of things with that. We haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll certainly explore it.
But we'll even take notes. We can easily raise that front entry, and if you notice the double height, so we'll still allow for a lot of daylight but also without kind of forgetting about security.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think, what was it, today or yesterday, right? There was another,
Yeah.
event. So yeah, I completely understand. We always understand. Yes, sir.
Any questions?
If you want to talk about the money.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we are.
Money's in.
Yeah, the budget is as identified. This is what was given to us, and so we just wanted to acknowledge it and say that this project will not come in over budget, and so we'll make sure that we stay where we need to be.
I wrote that down. Will not. Any questions or discussion?
Beautiful concept.
Thank you. Thank you.
A motion has been made and a
Can I-
second. Yeah, go ahead.
So how much time are you spending with the school, and have y'all discussed that with the school, and you're taking all these classrooms and everything in consideration for what they're asking for?
Absolutely. In fact, the principal is here and some other folks as well. And yes, we've met with them several times to understand what their needs are and to respond and be sure we design a building that they would like to.
Yes.
Aaron, do you want to say something? Come on down. Come on down. Come to the microphone over here. Follow Troy.
You get
We
the
just have
mic.
to get it on the record.
Okay, I just want to say that this has been a great opportunity for our campus. Thank you very much. And them being assigned to us has been fabulous. We have gotten to see some of their work in 3 other school districts and some schools they've worked on. We picked up ideas from all over the place. You be careful what you say, because they have listened so intently to everything we said that we go and we do something and they come back and they go, here's what you asked for. Did I?
That's awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just really been a great experience for us. Not that I have another one, and I guess my threatening saying I won't leave till Bailey has a new school has worked. But now I'm getting towards the end.
No, you're going to want to stay.
So we'll
in that new
see. Well, you
school.
never know. You know, my daughter's told me to start working on my exit strategy, so here we are. But it has been a great experience. Our committee loves it. They feel heard. The security has always been one of our high components of discussion and will continue to be. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Carol. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad it gets to stay right where it's at, so it's really exciting.
Other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next is thank you guys, appreciate you being here. Thank you for the great presentation and for the design.
And the history.
Absolutely. Consideration possible approval of construction contract with Gurry Mechanical LP for the 2022 Bond HVAC Replacement Group 1, Package 1 project in the total amount of $6,760,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion?
I just want to say that Tom Galbery, the construction manager and project manager, is here.
Thank you for being here. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, motion has been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization AEA number 02 for the football field synthetic turf conversion at 5 high school projects in the amount of $76,195.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Phelan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of a construction contract with Brown and Root Industrial Services, LLC, for the 2022 Bond Football Field Synthetic Turf Conversion at 5 high schools, security fencing project, in the total amount of $317,149, and funding by the 2022 Bond Contingency Pool.
So moved.
Second.
Was that you, Marshall? Okay. Motion by Mr. Kendrick, seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion?
I have a question. When it comes to all these different high schools, why is Memorial High School significantly higher than all the other high schools?
Rupert, or Kevin, do you want to talk about the fencing there at Memorial?
Hi. Yeah, that school just has a lot more fencing that's required. Some of the campuses already have existing fencing that we're utilizing, but that one just has a lot more need, so that's why the cost is higher.
Okay, so some schools don't need the entire fencing done.
Correct.
But Memorial does, and it's a much bigger area.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization AEA number 66 for the new Thompson Intermediate School Replacement Project in the credit amount of $100,033.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, seconded by Mr. Phelan. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Did you have
Take
something?
the credit, no.
Okay. Consideration and possible approval of change order number 001 for the new administration building replacement project in the amount of $500,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion?
Just a reminder, this is due to the tornado damage, so it's insurance money for the roof.
When do you think that it will be available for occupancy?
Well, that's a great question, Ms. Sullivan. This tornado has definitely set us back. We're hoping July, but I don't know, Kevin didn't look real intent on that date when we were talking about it Monday, but we're hopeful, right? Sorta, kinda?
Depends on the...
A little bit? I always get a,
What
it
happened to
depends.
April?
Well, what happened to last October?
I know.
There's a lot of supply issues.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of, there's a lot of issues.
Yes.
But we're working on it.
Okay. Right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Construction update, this is for information only. Anyone have any questions? Move to the miscellaneous section, district-wide intruder detection audit report findings, and this is for information only. It should be in your board book. Public comments, according to BED Local, related to topics not listed on the agenda. 30-minute allotment is all we have set for the entire thing. Let me read this to you. This portion of public comment is for speakers who are addressing topics not listed on tonight's agenda. We ask that all speakers refrain from using profane or vulgar language. Complaints about an individual student and/or employee should seek resolution through the district's grievance process outlined in the applicable Pasadena ISD Board Policy, DGBA, FNG, or GF. Along those lines, we ask that speakers respect the privacy rights of others, and in doing so, refrain from naming employees and/or students during the public comment portion of the agenda. Titles may be used instead. Remember, this admonition goes for positive or negative comments. Each person will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Mr. Phelan will be keeping time and indicate when you have 1 minute left and then when your time has expired. And speaking first tonight, we have Ms. Yen Rabe, who's going to speak on school start time.
Thank you. Take it all of them? You want me to pass them?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Good evening, board members and superintendent. Why is it that administrators at this building start the workday at 8 a.m. and our high schoolers start at 7:15, especially when many of our students work until 10 p.m. or later? Deer Park ISD, Friendswood ISD, Texas City ISD, and Houston ISD all start at 8:30 or later. When school starts at 7:15 for students, it is like adults starting work at 5:15 a.m. School has not always started at 7:15 in high schools at Pasadena ISD. When our superintendent attended high school at PHS, it started at 8:50. And the American Academy of Pediatrics released a policy statement August 2014 recommending high schools and middle schools to start no earlier than 8:30. Doing so will align school schedules to the biological sleep rhythms of adolescents, whose sleep-wake cycles begin to shift up to 2 hours later at the start of puberty. The research is clear that adolescents do get enough sleep to have a reduced risk of being overweight. Actually, the research is clear that adolescents who get enough sleep have a reduced risk of being overweight or suffering depression, are less likely to be involved in automobile accidents, and have better grades, higher standardized test scores, and an overall better quality of life, says Dr. Owens, Director of Center for Pediatric Sleep Disorder. She also says, studies have shown that delaying early school start times is one key factor that can help students get the sleep they need to grow and learn. The good news is that now there's not only one, but two bills in this session of the Texas Legislature for later start times, House Bill 0363 and House Bill 1691. In Florida, a bill which would require high schools to start no earlier than 8:30 has passed a Senate Education Committee. In California, it is already the law that no high school can start earlier than 8:30. As a school district, if we know better, why are we not doing better? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robbie. Next is Crystal Cavazos, South Houston High School alumni, speaking about fine arts and dance program.
Good evening, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Crystal Cavazos, and I am a proud alumni of South Houston High School from class of 2007. When asked to speak at this board meeting, I jumped to the opportunity. I would like to thank the respected school board for allowing me to share my story. The director from South Houston High School and I have remained in contact throughout the years because of our shared appreciation for dance. During my 4 years of high school, I was devoted to the drill team program, so much so I was awarded colonel my senior year. This meant I was held at a higher standard than my fellow teammates. I worked closely to ensure that Jeanette stayed on track with their grades and followed the rules. I have always been a rule follower, so I had no issues handing out demerits when needed. I had earned the respect of my peers, and on campus, the Jeanettes were respected and admired. Being a part of this team instilled in me a lifelong involvement for the arts. Today, I am the proud owner of Miss Crystal's LLC, Dancepiration by Miss Crystal. Our dance studio provides a variety of styles ranging from ballet and tap to Mexican traditional style ballet folklorico. Our Dancepiration divas range from ages 2 years through young adults. We love to get involved and volunteer time and perform at local events around Pasadena and Houston area. We have performed at Queens Intermediate and L.F. Smith Elementary for their Cinco de Mayo programs, thanks to one of their employees. Our yearly tradition also includes taking part of the Jeanette Spring Show at South Houston High School. We love what the director has done with the award-winning Jeanette Drill Team. It helps my divas aspire to be as talented and dedicated as those lovely young ladies. One moment I am extremely proud of was being able to financially sponsor some of the Jeanettes whom their parents fell short of making their annual quota. Without this extra help, these girls would not have been able to participate in the end of the year festivities like prom and spring show. I am a product of PISD Fine Arts program and a successful community business owner. Having the budget for a fine arts program in schools is so important. It helps students develop their creative potential, practice self-discipline, and teaches them how to manage their time. In fact, some of my fellow classmates from class of 2007 have made a full circle and are employed at Soho High. Thank you to the PISD School Board for providing these opportunities to our students and for their continued support to help better our community. Thank you.
Did you say where your dance studio is located? Is it in South Houston or Houston? Or?
It's in Houston.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Awesome.
Okay, is Yasmin Badillo? Come right on down. And Yasmin is going to be speaking on, she's South Houston High School alumni, speaking about fine arts and dance program.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. And Crystal, nice to meet you. I see your studio all the time when I'm passing by. We're both South Houston alumni and also JDT all the way. I graduated from South Houston High School myself 2013, and I loved every single minute of it. I also had the privilege to attend all full 4 years. And one thing about me, since I was little, I've always had a passion for dance. And as soon as I entered into the South Houston Intermediate, I was introduced to the program there, which brought me to pursue my passion to the high school. And so my freshman year, I became junior varsity. Then my sophomore year became part of the Jeanette dance team. Junior year, I became junior lieutenant, and then becoming the head of the team as colonel myself for 2013 as my senior year. It's been amazing growing and loving what I do, and also performing and having a great time. But not only that, it also made me realize that I also have a different role than other students on campus. So my standards was also very high, had to be responsible. I had to learn how to be more disciplined and also overall just kinder. And with that being said, now, fast forward, I am a realtor with the UTR Texas Realtors and the Hidden Paradise Realty team. I help over already 40 families buy, sell, and rent homes here in the Texas area. So if anyone's looking around, give me a call. And I honestly have been such motivated for the Pasadena School District. And for that, I thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to be successful. With dance, I was able to get a scholarship at Blaine College in Brenham and pursue that, winning national champions both years, the first time we were there. So it was really great. And again, thank you so much for the board for giving me this opportunity, and again, a product of the PISD School District. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Next is Guadalupe Marin. No, Guadalupe's not here. Okay, how about Mariana Prado? Mariana's going to speak to us about PISD alumni and current 8th grade math teacher at Queens. Well, that is what she is, and she's going to be speaking to us about early college high school.
Good evening, honorable board, students, parents, and staff of the Pasadena community. My name is Mariana Prado, and it is a pleasure for me to be here tonight to show my appreciation and gratitude towards our wonderful school board in celebration of the 12th year anniversary of the establishment of the early college programs in Pasadena ISD. As a product of Pasadena ISD, I have attended Bailey Antigua Elementary, Carter Lomax Middle School, Bondi Intermediate, and Pasadena High School. Throughout my K-12 education in PISD, I benefited tremendously from the bilingual, ESL, gifted and talented, advanced placement, and early college programs. These programs would not be what they are without the support from the school board that is always making sure the needs of our diverse student population are met. The positive impact that these programs and that my teachers had on me is evident since I decided to become an educator myself. Currently, I am a teacher at Queens Intermediate, and I continue to see how our students are growing and thriving thanks to the dedication from the school board. I am about to graduate with a master's degree in school counseling this May, and at 24 years old, this is all possible thanks to my participation in the early college program at Pasadena High School, another one of the wonderful programs implemented by the school board. Without a doubt, we are the best school district in Texas, and we have the most supportive school board as well. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Maria Prado, Pasadena Early College High School alumni, speaking about what Early College High School has done for her. And these are all success stories. How many years is this? 11? 12. Woo-hoo.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and honorable Pasadena ISD board members. My name is Maria Prado. I graduated from Pasadena Early College High School with the class of 2021, and I want to take some time to thank the board and everyone involved in supporting programs like Early College High School. So I am a pediatric nurse. I just started this year. Last week while I was in the unit I work on, the TV was on Channel 2 News, and it was featuring one of the Pasadena Memorial Early College students who received the scholarship. And while he was sharing his story, I was in work, and in that moment of time, I took the opportunity to just reflect on my own journey and how I got to that point in time where I was right there in my job helping children. And I thought that I could literally not be there right now if it wasn't for Pasadena ISD. Every time I have the opportunity to share my story with early college high school, I take it. Every time a classmate or now a coworker asks about how my age, and I tell them that I'm 20 years old, they ask how I was able to be such a young nurse, and my answer is always the same. I tell them it's because of the awesome district I attended. I tell them that I got a free college education. Pasadena ISD has offered programs like bilingual classes, STEM programs, AP classes, and college classes. In one way or another, all of these programs have helped shape into the professional I am today. When I was a senior in high school, I was getting ready to apply to nursing school programs, and I could not have received more support from my college counselors at San Jack Central and at Pasadena High School. I was accepted into UTMB at 18 years old. I accepted my first nursing job at 19, and I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing at 20. And I never forget my roots, and I never forget the community that helped shape me into the person I am today. I want to thank the members for supporting programs like these. Programs like these are life-changing, and I will always continue to brag about PISD and all of the amazing things that are happening here. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Next is Hugo Moran. And Hugo is the father of 3 PHS alumni speaking about benefits of early college high school. Thank you so much for being here.
Buenas tardes. Voy a hablar en español, mi hija va a traducir. Buenas tardes, miembros de la Junta de Pasadena ISD. Yo soy Hugo Morán, padre de Alondra y Marlene Morán. Ambas cursaron el programa Pasadena Early College. Alondra formó parte de la primera generación y Marlene de la cuarta. Desde mi punto de vista, el programa les ha ayudado mucho en su formación académica. Desde que Alondra ingresó al programa, vimos cómo mejoraba su perspectiva sobre lo que ella quería estudiar, debido a que ya cursaba clases básicas de colegio y así pudo enfocarse en lo que ella aspiraba para su carrera profesional. Fue así como motivamos a Marlene a que también formara parte de PEX y pudiera aprovechar la misma oportunidad. El programa nos ayudó a nosotros como familia, ya que en ese momento tenía 3 hijas que empezaban su educación universitaria relativamente al mismo tiempo. Para nosotros iba a ser algo difícil poder solventar 3 matrículas, pero con la ayuda de PEX, Alondra y Marlene pudieron hacer sus primeros 2 años libres de costo. El programa también les brindó los recursos y asesoría para obtener becas universitarias y así poder pagar sus estudios. Eso nos trajo alivio financiero para poder ayudar a nuestra otra hija, a Fátima Morán, que no pudo cursar el programa, pero que de igual manera estudió una carrera universitaria. Y yo opino que Pasadena Early College las impulsó a pensar en su futuro, a aprender estrategias que siguen usando en su desempeño profesional y personal. Ellas siempre estuvieron en programas como Gift and Talent y clases de Advanced Placement, que las retaban a alcanzar su máximo potencial académico cada día. Estoy convencido que los beneficios de estos programas contribuyen enormemente en la formación de más y mejores profesionistas que aportan al desarrollo no solo del área de Pasadena, sino del estado de Texas y el país. Considero que el programa Pasadena Early College debe continuar y recibir todo el apoyo por parte de las autoridades educativas del distrito de Pasadena. Quiero invitar a los papás de los estudiantes que se involucren más en la educación de sus hijos, que sepan que existen mucha ayuda y recursos para la educación de nuestros hijos. Solo es cuestión de preguntar e informarse. Estoy muy orgulloso de mis hijas y agradecido con el Distrito Escolar de Pasadena. Muchas gracias. Dios los bendiga.
I'm going to translate for him now. So, good evening, members of the Pasadena ISD board. My name is Hugo Moran. I'm the father of Alondra and Marlene Moran, both of whom attended the Pasadena Early College program. Alondra was the first generation and Marlene of the fourth. From my point of view, the program has helped them a lot in their academic formation. Since Alondra entered the program, we saw how she improved her perspective on what she wanted to study, since she was already taking basic classes at school, and thus she was able to focus on what she aspired for her professional career. This is how we motivated Marlene to join PECS as well, so she could take advantage of the same opportunity. The program helped us as a family, as at the time I had 3 daughters who were beginning their college education at relatively the same time. It was going to be difficult for us to afford 3 tuition fees, but with the help of PECS, Alondra and Marlene were able to do their first 2 years of college free of charge. The program also provided them with the resources and advice to obtain university scholarships and thus be able to pay for their studies. This brought us financial relief, allowing us to help our other daughter, Fatima Moran, who was unable to attend the program but who still studied for a university degree. I think the Pasadena Early College encouraged them to think about their future, to learn strategies that they continue to use in their professional and personal lives. All of my daughters were always in programs like Gifted and Talented and Advanced Placement classes that challenged them to reach their full academic potential. I am convinced that the benefits of these programs contribute enormously to the training of more and better professionals who contribute to the development not only of Pasadena, but also the state of Texas and the country. I believe that the Pasadena Early College program should continue and receive full support from the educational authorities of PISD. I want to invite parents to let other students to become more involved in their children's education and let them know that there is a lot of help and resources for the education of our children. It's a matter of asking and finding out. I'm very proud of my daughters and grateful for the Pasadena School District. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. Next is Jocelyn Salazar. South Houston, is that correct? South Houston High School alumni speaking about, and I don't have the information about what you're speaking about.
The Fine Arts program.
Okay, awesome.
Band specifically. Good evening. I am Jocelyn Salazar, a graduate of the 2018 class from South Houston High School. I am currently a music education major at Sam Houston State University and will be graduating this upcoming December with my bachelor's degree. After graduating, I plan to come back to Pasadena ISD and become a band director here in my home district. I have went to schools in PISD from pre-K all the way through high school, and it feels only right to give back to the district who made me who I am today. Being in band at South Houston High has shaped me in many ways. I learned to be responsible and a critical thinker. There is a saying in the band world that says to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late. This simple saying has not only prepared me for my future endeavors, but it has held me accountable. During my time in Huntsville, I began working at a daycare part-time to help pay for college. And while there at daycare, I jump-started their first music program. I teach once a week to kids aged 2 to 6, and let me tell you, they're always excited to shake maracas and do crazy things with their body. At Sam Houston, I also participate in the concert bands and the steel pan group. In the summer, I work at the university as a camp counselor to the middle school and high school band camps that we host every year. Words cannot even begin to express the gratitude I have for my high school band program. I remember being a high school senior and unsure of what I wanted to do with my life moving forward. Then at my final UIL performance, I remember getting this overwhelming feeling of comfort from creating music with my peers. I noticed all the wonderful friendships and amazing memories I had created over the 4 years in the program. Looking back now at all I have accomplished, I am beyond grateful for my decision to pursue music and become an educator back in PISD again. Thank you.
Thank you.
When do you graduate?
In December.
Come see me. Or Jeremy.
Okay, Vanessa Lara, LSSP at Garden, speaking about the 10th anniversary of PECS.
Good evening, board members. First of all, I just want to take the time to really just thank you so much for everything you guys have done to support our early college program. I was a graduate at Pasadena High School in 2016. I graduated from UHCL in 2018 with my bachelor's in psychology, and then 3 years later, I graduated with my specialist degree in school psychology, and then I came back right here in Pasadena to definitely give back to the community. I've had many opportunities where people ask, like, well, why come back? Well, the reason why is because of y'all. Our community is the one that, has helped support and funded all of these enormous amounts of debt for our college classes for all of our students. We've now extended it even larger from Pasadena High School to all high schools across the district, which is something just phenomenal. Without your support, my parents would not have been able to even help me financially. I've been here since elementary, Cruz Elementary, Dezavala Middle School, Jackson Intermediate, Pasadena High School, and I'm just right back in the middle of it at Gardens Elementary to support all of our students who are in need of special education services. And so it's such a pleasure and to just give it back to the community. So thank you.
Thank you. And Jesus Gonzalez. Is Jesus here? Jesus Gonzalez. Okay. Let's move to Alondra Moran, speaking about the 10th anniversary of PEX and the board's support.
Sorry, me again. Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the board. My name is Alondra Moran. That was my dad. I'm a proud graduate of the first class of the Pasadena Early College program in 2015. I would like to briefly give you all a little bit more information about myself. I graduated from PEX with a high school diploma and an Associate's of Arts in General Studies from San Jacinto Community College in 2015. I continued my education at the University of Houston and graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering and a minor in Mathematics. Currently, I am pursuing a career as a process safety engineer at one of the world's leading EPC construction services companies in downtown Houston, while working towards a professional engineer certification. I share this with you all tonight because I firmly believe that these personal accomplishments are thanks to the wonderful opportunity given to me 10 plus years ago when the Pasadena Independent School District initiated the early college program at Pasadena High School. I have personally seen how this program has had an overall positive impact on me and my family. As my father said, my little sister also graduated from PEX in 2018, and I have a younger cousin who did as well in 2019. It's turned into a family thing. I have witnessed how after 10 years this program has improved and expanded throughout the district and how the children of other friends and family have benefited from an early college education. I feel an immense sense of pride when people discover that I graduated from PEX. Most people know because my mom will always brag to them. And when they ask about my experience, I always encourage them to investigate the program, and I detail all the benefits that I have experienced in my professional career. In PEX, we were encouraged to think about our futures and set big goals, while at the same time given the support and resources to see those dreams come to fruition. In a community that is in its majority Hispanic, many students and parents believe that pursuing higher education is difficult or nearly impossible.
1 minute.
But programs such as PEX have given my community resources and hope and we are seeing more and more minorities pursuing degrees. As an undocumented student, a dreamer, going to university was going to be a financial burden for my parents. I'm also a twin, so two of us at the same time was going to be very difficult. They always told me, tú échale ganas en la escuela y nosotros vemos cómo te ayudamos. You just work hard in school and we'll see how we help you out. And PEX lifted that burden for them. I was provided 2 years of college for free, and so I think that's one of the best scholarships you could ask for. I was given tools and resources to find more scholarships, which eventually meant that my entire education was paid for, and I graduated debt-free. Luckily, I'm not the exception. I know that all the students that have coursed through this program have been given that opportunity. So just imagine the impact that has had on this community. I want to thank all the members of the Pasadena Independent School District, the teachers, the counselors, the principals, superintendents, our board members, for advocating for the futures of students and for supporting programs like PEX and giving us an opportunity to better ourselves and our families. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We've got one more, but I want to say, people ask a lot of times why we do what we do. We do it because you've heard the testimonies of those tonight. There's success stories throughout this district, and it's just a small number that we've heard tonight. but you guys are awesome, and you make us so proud. And I am grateful for the opportunities that each of you have had, and what the pride that you give each one of us. But thank you for being here and expressing those opinions. The last on the public comments is Dr. Karen Hickman. And she's going to speak in support of district successes.
So there is so much, obviously, to be proud about here in PISD. Over the last 6 years, we've had so many challenges. Hurricane Harvey, COVID, and this year, a devastating tornado. Instead of slowing us down, this district and community rise every time to the challenges. Through these difficult times, Pasadena ISD continued to work towards ensuring the success of all Pasadena ISD students. And there's lots and lots of evidence besides the people that we just saw walk by. That was a wow. Pasadena was one of 5 finalists for HEB Excellence in Education Award. We were named the 9th best district in this nation for serving students in poverty. We have a 90.9% graduation rate. 931, you want to hear all of them? Have the associate's degree from their early college high school. Life-changing. 61,563,832 earned scholarships last spring. 4,048 placement tests last spring. Top Algebra 1 scores in the state due to our outstanding innovative mathematics teams and teachers. 4,525 workforce-ready certifications earned. We were named one of the best communities for music education for the last 16 years. We saw some of that evidence. 34 PISD counseling programs were honored with the State Crest Award that we just saw. The PISD Community School has graduated over 2,500 students who are fixing to drop out or who had already dropped out and came back and graduated high school.
1 minute.
That we have a full-day pre-K, and we were one of the first districts in the area to get that. I want to make sure we get to this. These results are not without intention. We have dedicated employees sitting right here, right now, that are ready to do what it takes to change the lives of students during the good and the hardest of times. Our students are blessed to live in a school district and this community that is committed to educating all children, the poor, the traumatized, homeless, the immigrants, those with a wide array of special needs. If they attend our schools, the Pasadena ISD family figures out and provides what they need to be successful. You all are driven by this vision for our students. I'm grateful for each of you and the work that you do and the magic that you make in our classrooms. I want us to agree in the future to stand together and make sure that this success continues for years to come. This is what our kids deserve, and you guys are amazing no matter what your age might be.
Thank you, Dr. Hickman. Thank you for each person that spent time making public comments. It does, I know it does all of our hearts good, because a lot of times we don't hear about all of the successes. But man, I tell you what, you can't ignore the success stories that you've heard tonight. They're all wonderful, and they all touch your heart. Next is to set the date for the next regular meeting, suggested Tuesday, April 25th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Phelan. Seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The board is going to go ahead and yes.
I do recommend that the board go ahead and proceed to closed session for both section 551074 and 551071 as listed throughout the agenda.
Okay, thank you. So we will adjourn to closed session for 551074 and?
551071 is listed throughout the agenda.
Okay. 551071 is listed throughout the agenda. And we will only reconvene to close again and to adjourn. Thank you all for being here. I hope I get to talk to each one of you and thank you personally at some point in time. The board is reconvening an open session. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay, reconvening at 9:32. No further business to come before this board. I declare this meeting adjourned.